Alright, we're at the New York International Motor Show. This is the 2024 edition, and this is the new Lexus GX. Basically, it's a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, also sold as just the Toyota Land Cruiser in some regions like Europe, with a more Lexus front and a more Lexus rear, but the center section, especially evident with the doors and the step on the window line, is all carried over from the Toyota. It has a twin turbo V6 instead of the old car's V8 setup, and the interior is, well, we'll close this door because it's going to make a beeping noise. It's pretty spacious, not quite as efficient as a unibody car, but this front seat has been set up for me. I'm 5'6", so there's reasonable space in the back. We've got captain's chairs here in this model, and then there's a third row of seats there at the back. Have individual climate control. You have rear seat climate controls at the back. Does a good job of mixing utility and luxury here. Got soft padded surfaces. These are hard plastics, but they're nice feeling. That is plastic, but looks reasonable as a metal alternative. Have that, so you get a little bit of extra sun protection. It does cover most of the windscreen, I'd say. The side windows, about 90%, but there's a little bit on the sides that isn't covered, which is good if you're like me and you have kids who sometimes sleep in the back. It's not powered or anything. You have to do it yourself or get them to do it. Pull it up, that is, but it lives there. Now this is the rear seat setup. It's a split fold system. It's got just 2 seats in the back, so this car is a 6-seater, this model here anyway. If you fold down the third row, it's relatively flat. There's a little bit of extra underfloor storage space. Now, let's have a look and see. Pull that lever. Seats to fold flat or lift up like that. So you can get a little bit more storage, or you can stow longer items through there, although you do have this bump in the middle for the cup holders that gets in your way. Does form a little bit of a ramp from the third to the second row, so you can slide things in, but it's not completely flat. There's also a handle here to help you get that seat up and down. Now this car, this model at least, comes with a side step, which you kind of need to get in. Does make it a lot easier. Illuminated tread plates there. Unfortunately, the screen has turned itself off. It was on before. It's a very big touch screen. It's got heating controls there. These buttons and the fonts and all that, very standard Lexus fare. But obviously, this being a Land Cruiser based vehicle is engineered to properly go off-road. The seat has reset itself. Okay, so that seat wasn't set up for me as a 5'6" person. It was actually set up for somebody a little bit larger, and it reset itself. I got out, there's flappy paddles behind the steering wheel for the gear selection, pardon me. Very chunky design. The screen is high, but it's not freestanding. Got a large glass roof up here. Really flat area. I've still got the tailgate open, as you can see. Let in a little bit more light. It's got a cool hexagon pattern here for the door card trim. And this car is fitted with a Mark Levinson sound system. You got storage here, so you could probably put your owner's manual in there if you want. Got a charging 12-volt charger, multiple USB-C ports there. You can choose between high and low range, electronic parking brake, old school transmission shifter, charging pad for, that's a wireless smartphone charging pad, large and deep, but kind of smallish area to store your stuff. I like the fact that it's nice quality plastics, but it's not lined, so things will rattle around in there. It is refrigerated though, because you can turn it on as a cool box. And very importantly, do not store meat or fish in here. Presumably, if you don't have the cool box option installed, you get a much larger storage space there. But that is nice to keep things cool. And then this car also has a head-up display. As you can see, it'll project something in here. The windscreen is super upright. It is standing at like what feels like 70-80 degrees there. You got old style flag mirrors that are narrow, not wide. And you've got grip handles at the back and all the major passengers there. Vents up in there at the back. All right. There you go. That's a first look at the exterior and the interior of the new Lexus GX, which, as I've said before, is based on the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, sold in Australia, Europe, the Middle East, and many other parts of the world, but the Land Cruiser Prado is not available. Sorry, it is available here in the US, but it's just sold as the Land Cruiser. It's just like in Europe. There you go.